Okay, so at this point, I then want to start moving. If I want to cross here, you're always going to have 30. That's okay. So I have Das Reich. And these. I'll probably handle this with Das Reich only. It's a shame they only retreated there. I will, however, cross the river first, then move in here, and then I'll attack. Because it's a bit unfortunate now, though, that any unit would now also have to move through this one, because it does mean that it's going to be more difficult to move through. Okay, so this is just regular clear. The thing is that I don't like attacking like this, and I'll probably lose tanks. Should not have moved that infantry in there before. Let's make sure that we get the core closer though. Maybe I can deal with it with just a heavy attack from the motorized cavalry. I did. Screw that. If it's gonna be a 2 now. Yeah. Oh, not. Okay. So as far as the tanks are concerned, they kind of got through. Doesn't really make it that much easier though. Okay. I can move something else. So if I want to go for an encirclement around here now, I think I'm in a pretty decent place. Let's move up into Yelnia. I don't necessarily need to work my way up here for the moment. Okay. Whew. So I guess the trick here, let's go here first, and it does seem like they at least have a unit in Pochinox, so I cannot do that. And going further in there, it seems to be troublesome too. However, being able to move a unit in here does allow me to get a small encirclement, and it does also give me a decent amount of territory. The fighting around this area would be pretty rough with all the swamps and stuff. Same for this area. Basically around Bryansk is pretty much where I got into some serious trouble last time. When did the Germans historically capture Yelnya anyway? It was July 19th. Yeah, so besides Yartsevo, which the Germans also captured quite quickly, well, they actually did do fairly well up here to this line. I mean, the fact is that they are in a swamp, and even though it's a cavalry division, that does make it a lot harder for me to take it down. I actually want to keep the motorized division there. The interesting thing is they can actually move with the Panzer division. I wonder if I can actually capture Yartsevo. Because the thing is that if I actually do go in here and I'm able to establish a perimeter around Smolensk, that will ultimately help me at least already a bit. Also with the rail line and stuff. Now, at this point, it's a bit tricky. So, first of all, I definitely need to get infantry over in this sector to make sure that I don't lose it to the Russians as well. And I need to, for example, put the infantry here and here so that they can't just waltz through it in terms of zones of control. And the same goes for this. You know, there are units here, and it would be trouble if something were to happen. Now, the unit that is... like, it would be great if I can get... some form of an encirclement. I know that these guys can escape. It's not about them. It's about these units here. Obviously I cannot move through it like that. The Panzer division would, but I would be surprised if there was no unit in those hexes, to be fair. 8-5, this would be 7-4-3. Let's just take a look. So the way it would have to work for these units at that point is that they either have to go and retreat through to this way, try to get to the rail. Let's at least get a unit in here. Let's launch this soft attack. You cannot get across, but you could get in here for another encirclement. And despite not taking these, I do actually think that this is... let's see, you would get 6 and you would be at 1. So let's move you in here. And even though this is not the best encirclement and they have a pretty easy way of retreating at this point, at least I'll probably snag these. And the general idea now is that 2nd Panzer Group is just going to head south already to try and go for some form of an encirclement around Kiev. And then the 1st Panzer Group, I'm saying first, but I mean, yeah, 1st Panzer Group, exactly, well. 1st Panzer Group is going to head up north, so I'm going to try an encirclement of Kiev earlier here, so that yeah, we can work with that. We'll see how it goes. So far, at least, as for a first movement, we're doing quite okay. I do admit that I'm a little bit afraid of being cut off in this area. That is, in fact, my primary concern. So what I'll do is I'll get 10th Panzer, split them up. I'll put these two here so they cannot escape through that way. And I'll put one part here. And I think that's pretty decent. So these encirclements are not the absolute best, but they're not too bad actually. Still contemplating this move here. So, for example, these... Oh, that motorized division is in a good spot though. Yeah, let's head up to Durovo and stay there, and then you can move up in here like this, and then we'll just try to kind of keep it like this here. We'll see how the AI reacts to it. I'll try to, at least for the moment, keep a line like this over here and hold it. You'll be at 31, you'll be at 35, so they have more movement. Großdeutschland has then 36, but Großdeutschland suffers... No, they don't. Okay. One thing I could do is, let's go here. Let's try to get to Unecha. Okay, you cannot cross that river there. Interesting. And neither can they, huh? Anyway, to take a bit more territory, what I will do is move forward like this and just kind of take those hexes out. There must be something there, here, just preventing me from moving forward. Now, over here. But a few of these are not doing that well in terms of supply, which is understandable. I got an infantry in Mogilev now, so I don't need to worry about those. What I am inclined to do... then is to keep moving down. I don't know what they have there. Continue moving. It's a pretty reasonable territory for this turn, while the infantry is still catching up. That is as well. Another thing that I think would be worth trying out is moving south. Why is that? Well, if I cut the rail line here and here, there's no rail line for these to escape through. In fact, if I go to Gomel, then these guys would have a tough time regardless, because they would have to move over this single rail. Which I am currently also trying to cut through this area. Over there. Not that I can really attack here or anything. But still. Alright, that does rather put Army Group North pretty much to its conclusion. Okay. They can move, but I do think it was a decent attack. And I actually want to move them here. We'll be fine. Okay, so well, that's actually not true what I said. They're still these. I actually want to retreat them. And I'll put them in here on a refit. Here, I guess. I'm not going to be able to surround these guys anyhow. That's not the point. They're, I don't think, going to be able to escape through that way. Anyhow. So let's go to Army Group North. Currently... there's these. Let's cover that flank. So this is the one way that they can actually move even further, which I would want. I know they can still go through here, but... Ten, 7, 4, 0. I would never be able to get to Parno. I can get into Tartu, technically. But I don't necessarily think it will help me that much getting in there. I'll just try to take as much territory with these guys as is possible. This is the 50th. Going in here will allow me to take those hexes. It's not an amazing movement, to be sure. It's a weird placement. Yeah, sure. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's as close to the rail line as I'll go. Let's put you under the 38th. So they got that. And let's put you under the 50th. Okay, so they're catching up. Good. We have one more corps. And to be honest, none of these guys can actually deal with it. My main concern I mean, I know this rather sucks, but at least they routed. I know it's not a surrender, but I just kind of... I cannot allow them to just... stay in there for another turn and delay me, or delay at least the units and such that much further. Like they just need to go. They're in the worst spot, and I don't want to wait for another turn trying to get rid of them in this case, simply because they are indeed in that unfortunate place. I also kind of feel like in the north, you're better off just trying to slog your way towards where you need to go. Instead of trying to encircle as many Soviet units as possible, because, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Encircling, like the terrain is just too bad for the most part, like rough terrain here as well. It's just no good. Anyway, that does not mean that I don't want to move forward with these guys. But now it means at least that, like, I cannot get encircled or anything at Pskov anymore because I have this flank secured. That's what it means, and I think that's generally worth it. Now things here are a bit tricky. Not only are these probably quite powerful, it would be very tough to break through this general area. I cannot see anything. Okay, so currently I have these three. Just gonna use these to smash my way into Idritsa, regardless of the stuff that they have there, which is pretty rough. And I don't think I can put anything in there except the Lair Motorized Brigade, so I will, actually. Let's get those guys out of there for a bit. There we go. Yeah, they can definitely do that. Okay. Now. This core. One, two, three, four, five. These guys are part of the army still, and it was attached to the 16th Army, so that's good. Okay. So, with regards to the 5th Corps, I can reorganize a bit. So, I'll put you under the 5th. There we go. And then you'll be put under the 5th as well for the moment, which should be fine. And then you guys only have 6, but because there's these, I want to put them under the 28th. And they really don't need this motorized army flak on an infantry. Let's keep going. So this is probably a lot tougher, but they did get it. That's okay. I want to cross the river. So it might seem a bit weird, but I'm gonna push these back. Push these back. And now go all the way into here. And I'll certainly... Okay, no, they're not getting a whole lot of movement at that point, but at least I'm securing this flank too. I don't want to have them go back into these air bases and stuff. That would be quite a disaster. Okay, so now I am for a dilemma. Let's move you in here first and up. So fighting my way through heavy woods, I just don't see it happening. Nor do I see myself attacking here either, really. In fact, where's this? This is also heavy woods. Let's see here. Yeah, I actually rather feel like I wanna just move these back here, like this, and I'll just leave them resting for a turn. I need more infantry up there to do some heavy attacks, and I don't feel like it's that good to move them for this turn, really. Yeah, I know they have good supplies, but I really want them to get back combat prep points, and I think that will work out. So let's actually move these over to this side. I actually want them there. At that point, I'll move 16th Army. The thing is, I'm gonna build a depot, level 4 depot, and this one is gonna go to level 3 here. I'm gonna move 16th Army HQ in here for the moment to work on that, and There will be a depot at Minsk as well, where most certainly, actually I need to move this one forward. They're 26, so Minsk at that point is never gonna cut it. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope. Okay, let's move you into Borisov. Know that the rail doesn't go there, but that's the city that's closest to where I might potentially want them to go. As for 4th Army, you're going into Minsk. 2nd Army is going into Baranovichi, but I need to move some corps first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is closest to a rail, so they can go. You're moving up in here. Okay. There we are. And then once indeed I've taken care of this roundabout, I want to have a second one going through this way. Yeah, I'll see. I also want to get one to Smolensk as fast as possible, though. Or maybe I should actually go to Bobrusk, since these guys are gonna move further down south. That might be a thing too. It's way too much rail to convert in too little time. As usual, that's no surprise. I do think my progress at least is a lot better this time than it was during the previous one, so I'm happy at that. Okay, so let's actually continue though, instead of dilly-dallying here. No use getting a depot at Pskov yet, because of reasons. And I don't want to Riga. They're gonna go to 3 now, whereas this one should go to 2. So that they're really, because Dagovpilsk again is still a bit closer, and then next turn I can probably, I don't know how far I can get it. I would build a depot here though at Abrin if I can actually get all the way there, but I'll see. The one at Vilnius is a 3. That's good. Are we on D? So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as close to the rail as I can get with all of them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. So those are in fine positions too. So we've taken care of those. Now, next HQs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're good to go. These HQs are good to go. You aren't. Next, there is this core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only one I could go to is this. Seems to work. Okay. These HQs kind of have to indeed move forward that way. Where do I have the 2nd Panzer Group HQ? Over at Boranovici, which is way too far. Unfortunately, I need to move to Mogilev. Another thing that needs to be done now is moving the actual army group center, which will be moved to Brest, and the one at Warsaw will go to low priority at this point. Alright. I also need to move the army group north, very likely soon, although they are fine at the moment. I would move army group north over to Daugavpilsk when yeah, things are going a bit better up here. Okay, so that's the depots there, etc. I'll leave those level 2 depots. Press will be at level 1, so they'll work that rail up as well. Alright, I got the depots working this way, that's good. These should both be at level 2, that's fine. Actually, yeah, I think the one, this is good. Got an HQ, and I got an HQ. Those units are close enough. I might... No, I don't have to move army group south. Okay. You're close. You're as close as you can get. You're as close as you can get, just like you. I'm pretty confident about all those HQs as well. And yeah, okay, so one last thing that I want to do as well is take care of the support units. I'll be doing that off screen, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And let's ship it back to the Soviets. I've taken care of getting some additional pioneers into the 54th Corps, and I'm going to use the 4th Romanian Corps at Odessa as well. Luckily at Odessa they're still at fort level 3. Let's try to keep it that way so that they don't get higher. If they get to level 5, that would be a problem. And at level 3 it will be much easier to make Odessa fall, although it probably still would be quite tough. But we... the faster it falls, the faster these guys will be freed up again. So, yeah. I also built a depot here. Put this one to level 3. Yeah, so that's basically what I did. Just switching up a few non-essential units, etc. And to turn without AI depot management. Yes, I did it myself. Thank you. Where we are at, though, let's just quickly go over this. For the Soviets, 1 million men in losses, at least for now, and then they're close to 3 million men at this point. Gotta... yeah, let's go. And zip. Okay. Like I said, some of these pockets, they're... oh, come on. Really? We're gonna have rain there now, again? Man, the weather in this one is just just as bad as the previous time. Okay. Well, that sucks. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. Add that. Now, like I said, I'll be swinging south towards Gomel. Now, the first time that I played this, I actually got to Gomel pretty quickly, but the Soviets kept harassing me there. And basically the tanks that were at Gomo, they were out of action for years, basically. Not for years, but for a very long time. And that's pretty bad. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying to go around Gomo and get to potentially like Chernikov. I need to cut off their rail up capabilities so that they cannot actually rail their units out of those locations. The Soviets should no longer be able to teleport their units, so it is unclear whether that's actually the case, though. But not that many sorties, I guess, also because of the weather. They do have a lot of bombers there. You can see it's pretty crazy, actually, the ultimate numbers that they have. But they're doing mostly recon. Oh well. Sometimes the Soviets go crazy on the bombing, and it's generally interesting how that works. The weird thing about it is that they're then saying they're move. Oh no, they didn't move isolated units yet. Okay, because these guys can just move out and they'll be fine. So there's no real reason for them to not move there. I'm sure there'll be plenty of places where they might be able to get out. That's fine. That's not my concern or anything. I mean, it's a concern, but not the biggest problem. Yeah, we'll see. The Soviets, at least also at this case, still don't seem up to actually attacking. I can actually see them retreating quite a bit as well, giving me plenty of territory, seeing as I'm already going to the back of this. One of the most interesting things, I think, will be actually Army Group North, and to see what they're going to do there, since I'm just trying to get my tanks back up to snuff, and I didn't really try to push further there. I mean, I tried one attack and then I saw it was an absolute disaster. So, yeah, that did not go very well. Obviously, again, it's going to take a really long time for them to do this. Soviets probably still going back up to, 3 million plus. Obviously, they were still above 3 million. But with those encirclements that I did, I'm quite sure I can get them below 3 million within the next couple of turns again. Kind of something similar to what we did before. Yeah, see, so they at least did get out. I'm not really sure whether there are units here. Of course, if I don't do the recon, I can't see it. Okay. It's good for them, I guess. Yeah, this one did work out quite well. This one held. I'm quite pleased at these encirclements. Yeah. Like, this is a bit tricky, I know, because they got to all these places and things like that. But at least, like, for now already, it's like turn 5 and I got a Rust level here. That's pretty good. Obviously, I still have quite a ways to go, as in the previous campaign. But I'm feeling more confident that we'll get there. Seeing how the distance is a lot smaller now. Okay, so at the very least, there are very little places, at least up in the center, where there is mud. For the moment, I'm going to take a look at the weather to see how that's going to progress. Ultimately. Certainly the task for the center will be to secure the Smolensk area. Alright, let's take a look. So they tried to push it a little bit, but nothing serious out there. We'll see whether we can push up there. They don't seem to be that threatening in this area. Yeah, okay, so I need to repocket these. They got into here, which is good for them, but ultimately that doesn't really work. It does seem like they retreated back up to those areas, indeed. Yeah, so they got encircled. Like I said, I'm not actually surprised about this, but I just think that it was useful at least to take that territory. It seems like they also they got out there. That's fine. We're trying to, rebuild a Kirovograd there. There seems to be quite a bit of territory that I can take here. Axis capture Salmi. Advancing Finnish forces reach the north shore of Lake Ladoga and capture Salmi. They reach, yeah, that's this territory. And then we have Salmi here. They still have this territory here and this territory that they need to capture. So, and then there's the V sign, V for victory. We already got that. No additional victory points. We took at the losses. They got 200,000 men back. As before, the Soviets seem to be able to get quite a few men back out there continuously. So it's a bit of a problem that's just constantly there. Always that you have to keep in mind. At any rate, I'll be continuing things in the the weather is terrible. That's weather error. Just as much mud as there will be next time. Alright. Either way, I'll be wrapping things up. Thanks for watching. I really wonder what these colors mean. It's always so weird. These colors change constantly, and I have no clue what's going on. Oh well. Anyway. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.